Kia ora team, and welcome to Speed Machine. On the show this week we have the third round of the IRC series from Taupo, and we stay there for the fourth round of D1NZ. So first up, let's go to the IRC series. By the time the IRC had returned to Taupo for the third of its 7 rounds, a new format in New Zealand motorsport seemed to be taking shape. Plenty of classes with plenty of atmosphere, and one of the brains behind the whole idea seems happy with the way it's going. Julian, IRC, how is it going so far after 2 rounds? Is it working?
Mate, the IRC's been a great success, you know, like it's far exceeded what we thought it would do. We often thought that's where we would be, but we have made it. So yeah, we're really happy with the results so far.
So the overall concept of bringing all these classes together, it must have been hard work.
Yeah, like there's been a huge amount of work done in the background, and like I say, it's been a cooperative. Like all these classes and all the tracks have all got together, and we're here for the same reason. Like we want to make sure our sport has a future, and we want to make sure that our sport can sort of carry on. You know, like we want to make sure the next generations can come through. So we've got some great work coming ahead, and over the next couple of months, we've got some great strategic plans coming out. We're going to roll it out. It'll give the guys more buy-in to what's going on, and that's just going to help everybody understand what's going on. The concept is to get people back to the track. Like we can only create so much income out of what we're doing. So what happens is the only way we're going to get additional income is either through sponsorship or through people coming to see what our show is. So, and that's been the concept from day one. So year one, concentrate on making sure the show is right. So we've got the classes, we've got the activities, and it's all coming together. Like we had a promotion uptown for Taupo last night. We gave away 400 half-price vouchers. We've got posters to give away. It's just the little stuff. It adds a value to people. As the meetings progress over the next couple of years, we want to again ramp that up. So what happens, people will get more for when they come here. So rather than just racing, it's going to be more than racing. It's going to be a family entertainment package. When we come down to Mansfield for round 4, we've got an area set aside for the kids, so you can actually leave the kids there. We've got caregivers, so the families can come in. You can, if the kids get bored, you can drop them off at the play area. They can play on the bouncy castles, be looked after by someone. Dad can go watch the motor race and come back and make sure the kids are okay. That's the whole concept. You know, it's a family show, and that's what it's all about. And we want to make sure those families come in. We're trying some different stuff at Mansfield. We've got a live band playing from 7 o'clock when the racing ends, so it's all new. Racing through to 7 o'clock. It's an exciting time for motorsport, and we've got to take advantage of it. You know, like we're sick of the doom and gloom of the world. We want action, we want excitement, we want people to come back and enjoy it.
So obviously with all this action on track, it must be hard to run it, and there are issues at the moment in New Zealand of enough volunteers to help these events run. How's it fixed?
Mate, you're dead right. Every motorsport event requires between 80 and 120 officials. Like, so it's a massive amount of people that give up their time for our sport. And like I say, none of the IRC or any race meeting for that matter can actually happen without these volunteers. So we're always on the hunt for more people. So if you have an interest in motorsport and you think, I don't know what I'm going to do, make a commitment and bring your local club up. So you can go. The easiest point to get hold of everyone is through the Motorsport New Zealand website. So you go to motorsport.org.nz and it tells you how to get started. There's also listing of every car club around the country. there are probably about 6 car clubs in the country that predominantly run the bigger meetings, and then we're probably the best ones to sort of manage those people and then point in the right direction as to where you're going to go. There is a definite career path from starting right through to the very end. We would probably take people on board as a flag or a crash rescue marshal. From there you can then go to the chief rescue marshal. From there you can then go upstairs to become up by the clerk of the course there and head office in the controlling area. From there you can then head into the clerk of the course type role. That's sort of the natural progression. If you want to end up being clerk of the course, someone who's in charge of the whole meeting, again we start you off. You need to have a pretty good grounding of how the sport works. So you need to attend a lot of club sport events and work with your local car club. They'll give you the grounding there. From there you can then go off to be a CRO, which is the competitor relations officer. They're the person that comes and sees where you've got a complaint at a meeting. You don't go to the clerk of the course, he's the first point of call. You go see them. So you get a grounding of how competitors work and what they're looking for and how to alleviate and fix problems without actually having to get the clerk of the course involved or annoy him. From there we then progress you up to clerk of the course B, so there's a licence involved and a small test. It's done through Motorsport New Zealand twice a year, and that progresses you up into clerk of the course B. At that stage you can then run advanced club sport events such as multi-car sprinting. You can run race meetings. You can then you need to get a rally one as well to do rally sprints, that sort of thing. And then once you get that, you need to do a few meetings. It takes another couple of years, and then you become a clerk of the course A. Once you're an A clerk of the course, you are then handing out tickets, penalties, fines, and you're in control of the whole meeting. And then the whole cycle starts again, and we bring some new people through. So it's a really great way. So really, competitors who are looking to retire or they can't afford the sport anymore, this is still a way to enjoy the sport. Being on the other side, you generally get your lunch, you get fed, you get looked after. It's a pretty tough road out there, because I say that the clubs operate on a really tight budget, and it's really important that we do get people to buy in. And once you're in, great, it's a big family. Motorsport is a great big family, and we'd love to have people on board.
I suppose for the die-hard fan who either goes to the track or watches it on telly and wants to get closer to the action, this is like being a cricket umpire. You don't get any closer to the action than being out there with a flag or being on rescue or doing any of that work.
You're dead right. Like the flag guys, our chief flag marshal at Manfield unfortunately passed away last year, but he came from the grandstand. He always said, mate, you've got to get people off the grandstand. He goes, the best thing we ever did, and it is really, there is no better view of motor racing than from the flag point. And like I say, you'll see the guys out there today, and yeah, sometimes the weather's a bit baggy and stuff, and we do try and look after them, but hey, they are right there. They are on the spot. They see the accidents as it happens, when it happens. There is no better sport, there is no better spot to watch your motor racing than being a marshal.